Hi everyone, welcome to Beauty in the Yard. It's the boys and I, and we don't have one of our regular videos today. Our next video will be next Sunday, and it will be all about our new garden and getting it cleaned up, ready for us to plant and do all kinds of fun flower beds and trees and flowers, because these guys want to do flowers so bad.
I do.
Yeah?
I want to plant.
Anyway, I think today we're going to walk over there and show you a little bit about what our plan is, and that'll get us ready for the next series of videos that will be all about getting the yard ready, getting the garden ready, and getting all the flower beds made and all the trees planted. Be a lot of fun. Anyway, we're going to walk down there right now and do that together. So our garden area is not too far from our house. We're going to walk over there. We have a fenced area that we created about 10 years ago, maybe 8 years ago. And it's a chain link fence, 8 feet high, to keep the deer out, because we have a problem with deer.
Yep.
Yeah. Matter of fact, we'll probably see some in a minute. They're everywhere. And we got to keep them out because they like to eat everything we plant. But we haven't really done a lot with the garden. We've had a few flower beds and a few things we've tried. I think we did pumpkins once. But this time we want to do it a lot more formal, something that will kind of motivate us to get out there and work it. And part of it is also the learning aspect. We're not gardeners. I don't think we're really farmers, but we should be able to do better, huh?
Yeah.
So we're gonna have vegetables, but we're gonna have some flowers and I think we're gonna have like fruit, berries. And we're gonna show you the berry beds I started making yesterday. But what are we gonna do inside that smaller fence area?
We're going to put bees and chickens.
We're gonna do bees, that's right. So Kim and I went to a bee class last week to learn all about raising honeybees. And there's a lot to it. And I don't think we know really what we're getting ourselves into. But we're gonna prepare for the next 6 months, and we're gonna order some bees and see if that can help with everything in our yard. Really, the pollination aspect is really important, and so we can try to have more healthy plants, flowers, and not just for the garden, but for all the landscaping we have around the yard. But anyway, we're in this, we call it the second field. And this is the boys' motorcycle jump.
Yeah.
Man, you guys should demo it.
What we did yesterday, as you can see.
We were shooting a video yesterday, and all day while I was filming, I could hear the guys in the background with their motorcycles revving. So that'll be interesting edit later.
You mean in the forwards round?
That's right.
Down the background, the forwards round.
Okay, we're coming into the garden area here. You can see some of the flags we put up. So Kim and I came out, and we'll show this in a video in 2 weeks, and where we laid out the garden and kind of our plans. In the beginning here, we're going to do a flower bed that's raised. I don't want to give away everything because the video will talk all about it later. But we do have a walking path that we created that will be on this left side of these flags. And this is the little fence I was talking about. We'll have bees. And yes, I know, we're not going to contain the bees inside of another chain link fence, but it's more of the idea of protecting them. So this smaller fence area is located inside the much larger fence. And so it'll be a second deterrent for any kind of pesky animals, possums, skunks. We even have bears here to try to keep them out. We don't want them getting to our honey or our bees.
Bear would knock down the fence.
The bear can knock the fence down. So that'll be a fun project. And but again, we have a lot to learn about bees. I don't know about you guys, but I usually avoid bees in life. I don't know why I'm going to bring a whole bunch of 1,000 in my yard, but that's our plan. Anyway, yesterday we started building these beds. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. They're pretty big, huh? So we're doing berries here. I don't know exactly what we're doing. I know we're going to probably do some blueberries, some raspberries, not blackberries. Those grow wild all over our creek and our yard. Can't get rid of them. What other kind of berries are we doing? Do you guys know?
Strawberries.
We should do a huckleberry. Do you guys know what a huckleberry is? I don't know what a huckleberry is.
I know what huckleberry
They're
is.
yellow. They're kind of orangish yellowish. My favorite, my old favorite YouTube channel. They used to camp out in the woods, and that's all they would survive on, huckleberries.
Oh. Well, there you have it. That's a huckleberry. Anyway, maybe I'll learn what a huckleberry is in this whole process. Yesterday, we started putting this together. These are 4x6 planks, and the dimensions we're making these beds are The outside of the beds are 4 feet wide. The inside is 3 feet, so those are 6-inch planks. And then the length of these are 24 feet. Why 24 feet? Because most of these boards I got are 12 foot long. I thought I'd make it easier and do it 24. I can just lay them down, not have to cut as much. But we're only partway done. So the idea is I've got these pretty much in place. On this first bed, I realized as I put them in that they've got to be leveled. They're very uneven. So I started going through yesterday and bringing in dirt to true up these boards so I can keep it more level. I don't want it to look all slanted when we're finished. Anyway, once that leveling is complete, which it is on this board, on this row of boards, we're gonna do a second layer. And so in essence, these boards will be 6 inches wide by 8 inches tall because these are, or I'm sorry, yeah, 6 inches wide by 8 inches tall because the height is 4-inch on here and we'll have 2 of them. It'll be a beefy look. And we're taking all of our inspiration from Laura at Garden Answers. If you haven't seen her YouTube channel, it's fantastic. She has got it dialed in. She's got beautiful gardens and flower beds, and we take a lot of inspiration from everything that she does. So Laura, if you ever happen to see any of our videos, thank you. You're an inspiration to us, and we're gonna copy some of the things you're doing out of respect and out of knowing that you've got it dialed in. So we're gonna mimic some of that and see if we can't also do something partly as beautiful as yours. Yes, Stuart.
Do you want me to grab the rake and go back down and forth inside of the flower beds?
Oh, we're not going to do any work right now. We're just here to kind of show what we're doing. Anyway, I think these beds will be fun. They'll look really beefy and thick. I think that's just a great look to have out here. And so this will be the back end of our garden. And once those beds are in, we'll bring in some really good soil that we'll use to plant the berries in. And you know, this time of year, it's fall, and we're not going to get any really leafy green plants to plant. There'll be sticks. And if we wait till the spring, we can plant something that looks a little bit mature and have an immediate gratification. But I think we'll probably go ahead and plant now so that we can start getting things settled. This way, in the springtime, they'll start to grow. Oh, the other thing we're going to do here is build a little trellis system. So in a couple of days, and I'll show that in the video, how we put the posts up and a wire cable around the perimeter, and they'll act as a trellis system for them to grow up. Because if we don't, they'll just fall over and even cover this entire walk path, which is 8 feet wide. It won't be enough without the trellis system. So I think that'll be fun. What do you guys think?
Yeah, it's great.
We have the boys do the leveling. It's a lot of work. You've got to pick the boards up, throw dirt down, mash it, test it, level it. We have a long, like 4-foot level here that we use to go around the perimeter to try to ensure that it's trued up correctly.
Hey, Dad, they built tractors for a reason. That's why I'm not leveling by hand.
Yeah, but I think a good work ethic is taught with a shovel. Maybe that's dumb. The boys are good at tractors. The problem with the tractors, we can't really fit inside the beds unless we get an excavator that can reach out. It's quick work. We'll use a shovel, and 4 boys, 4 shovels. And this area behind me here, all these little flags, we're going to do an orchard of a variety of different trees and different fruit trees, maybe some nut trees. I think Kim is going through putting a list together of exactly what she wants. But I think this next weekend, we're going to come through and dig all the holes with an auger. Yes, we'll use the tractor. And we'll get the holes dug so we can plant all the trees later. We're going to try to do that in the next couple of months. Again, we like to have a lot of this infrastructure in place and some of the bigger items, like some of these trees, so that in the spring, we're starting to blossom and things start to look good. But I think this is going to be a lot of work, but we're definitely excited about it.
Yes, we are.
What do you guys think?
Great.
Okay, Stuart, what are you doing?
I'm loosening up the dirt.
Oh, let's not get dirty right now. We just got back from church.
That dirty.
We did change clothes, but still we're going to get super dirty out here. You know, we're also, in this whole process, we're having to fill in some low spots. You can see when it rains, we have areas right like this. If you can see that in the video. But it collects water. So we're going to bring in some additional soil to level out so the water can flow more evenly out.
Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stuart.
You have to be more better with your tractor driving skills.
Yeah, we had some flags that I may have hit with the tractor yesterday a little bit. They're temporary flags just to give us some
One more
ideas.
Remember when Dad said, like, this is an 8-foot fence, it's gonna keep all deer out. Well, I mean, Trina would like to tell you a little story.
We trapped deer in here on accident. They tried jumping the fence. A few of them made it, but one big buck tried jumping, couldn't get
knocked
quite
down the
over it.
fence.
Knocked down the whole fence.
Yeah, that was crazy. The deer actually hit the fence so hard on the inside over here that it popped the little tie, the little steel ties that we had, and it knocked down a section of the fence, and they jumped over it. And I couldn't believe it. So we reinforced that. We reinforced a couple of other areas here. But the number one goal is not to let them in the first place, right? Because if a deer gets in here, once we plant it out, that will be devastating. And you can see right now, they're still coming in. Look at that. Are those deer tracks or are those monster tracks?
They're deer tracks.
No, they might be my tracks.
We have probably 20 deer that I think live here somewhere. They live in our creek.
I've counted 25 before.
I know where
It's and there's a couple of pretty impressive bucks in this mix. And you know, I think deer are kind of cool, but frankly, they just devastate our landscaping, our flowers. The only place we have roses that work are inside of our pool area, and that's because we have that interior gate. We're gonna have a project later this year that will include completely fencing in our yard, which I think is gonna be a pretty difficult thing because I don't know if we can get 100% coverage on the fence, but because there's some creeks to cross over, we have some ideas how we can make that work. But the goal is not let the deer in the first place. But the concern is if they do get in somehow, oh, then they've got like this luxury land of food and flowers that they can eat, and I don't know, that'll really make me upset. Yeah. But we should get the motorcycles out, huh?
Yeah.
One other thing we're gonna do, we have so many projects that we have on the list to do, and really it's just time and money. Time is a luxury that I know everybody needs more of. But we have a project here, right? We're on a well, and we have a lot of landscaping, and so we're in August, July, August, when it's so hot outside, we're running our well or our sprinkler system probably 23 hours out of a day. Now that's the extreme, but we like to have more storage here. So we did purchase these large water tanks. Go stand by them, boys, so we can see an idea how big they are.
I am like 3.
I'm 3'11".
I'm 3'9".
I'm 4'5".
Yeah. So these are 5,000 gallon tanks? Yeah. No, they're 2,500 gallon tanks. Yeah, look at Stuart. So these are 2,500 gallon tanks. There's 4 of them. Our plan is to place them kind of above our house on a hillside, and we'll pump water from the well into them to fill up, but then we like to use gravity from there, and maybe we'll have to add a sump pump, or not a sump pump, but a booster pump to it. But the idea is to try to use gravity and have that feed down to our irrigation. It would be great if I can turn on most of our irrigation at once, because we have so much irrigation. We'll have only 1 or 2 zones at a time that we can run. It's just too much, not enough pressure to run very much. But if I can run 10 zones at once, 10 valves, Stuart, if I can run all these at the same time, it would really save on time. And I could run them at night and then not have sprinklers during the day. And I think that there's the, there's the preparedness factor of having additional water. We have a creek, but let's say there was a big emergency. It'd be nice to have, some additional water here. We do have our water delivery service that brings our drinking water, because we're not really big fans of the taste of the well, even though it's probably fine. Maybe it's even better for us. It has some good minerals. I don't know.
No.
The boys don't like it. But on a hot Saturday in the summertime, and there's a water hose there, it's nice and cool. Maybe a little gritty,
It is nice.
but not too bad. So anyway, a couple of projects we're working on. But gosh, we have a really nice day today. It was cold yesterday,
It was cold
but
this morning.
it's been foggy here for like a week and a half.
Yesterday I had 2 really bad experiences.
But the sun is out hard now. For any of you who saw our video a few weeks ago, we had a giant storm here, and it just washed out most of our yard. And this is the bridge that it survived, but we had some significant damage. But you can't tell now because we filled in all the holes that washed out with concrete, and brought new topsoil in and some more wood chips. Tried to make it look more natural again. That's the best thing about wood chips. You can take any kind of surface and make it look clean and natural just by throwing some wood chips over it. Nice thin layer. Makes it look good. It's like when leaves fall and just kind of coat an area that might be rugged, but it just makes it look smooth. Or snow does the same thing. I like wood chips because they also biodegrade into the soil and help add more of that nitrogen that we need so much. But when the storm happened, we had so much runoff from the water. You can see the giant ruts. I wonder if you can see that happened down this hill. And as you know from one of our other videos, we planted all this grass seed the day before the storm. Matter of fact, the storm started that night. We knew it was going to rain. That's why we planted all this grass seed. We thought, man, this is perfect timing. But I mean, it rained the most in 24 hours than they've recorded in like 125 years. I've heard different things, I don't know. But it was a lot of water all at once, and it just started washout and lots of ruts.
And there's this one huge, print in the ground over here. Should I show 'em?
So anyway, we're not quite sure what to do. We can't drive tractors up here yet. It's too soft. It'll cause more ruts. I could have the boys just hand walk a bunch of dirt up here and fill all these ruts in.
No.
What do you guys think?
In your dreams.
Oh, I think it'd be awesome.
Wheelbarrow.
So down here in this part of the yard, right now we're using it for a stockpile for soil and wood chips. But we're gonna build our new shop there. Because the boys and I need a shop, right? Place to work on motorcycles, a place to sneak and watch some football games, a place to store all of our tools and just storage in general, place to work on the tractor and all kinds of stuff. We just don't have enough space. When we did other projects last year, we tore down the barn we had and been kind of living out of containers like this since. But we'll build a better storage unit here, a shop that can house all of our tools and get some actually real work done. Yes, I keep getting pointed out. This is a tree house we started a year and a half ago. I know, I hear crap about this every day. And we're gonna do that soon. But we started this project, and then about 2 weeks after we started, we decided to build our swimming pool that we've been planning for like 8 years. And that turned into the tennis court as well. So it became one big project. It encompassed all of our time, money, emotions, energy. So yes, we put the treehouse on hold, but it's pretty cool. We're gonna have it. I mean, this is high. It's 9 to 10 feet high at the low point right here. And then it oversees the creek. So this is the platform, and then we'll do a actual house structure, a tree house structure on top of that. I think it'd be pretty cool because the boys will be able to oversee kind of the creek area, and then we'll make this part of the yard kind of theirs. We'll have a trampoline here. And I don't know, Emmett, what's our plan with the trampoline?
We're planning on digging it down into the ground, and so we can take off the net so it doesn't, you don't need to just level with the ground.
Yeah, kind of an inset trampoline. I think that'd be pretty cool. We can get the nets off, it'll be level, we won't see it, kind of hidden. And the best part about this whole area for the boys is the house is kind of way up there. So it's close enough that I can see them, and they're not too far away, but they're also far enough away that they're not so loud right against the house. But all right, let's do it. And it's gonna show us how to do it. Oh man, so good. So good. Okay. Well, guys, I want to get on and do a video today, and I'm sorry if I'm rambling a little bit. I wanted to show some of our projects. The immediate projects right now are going to be related to the garden. So the next 3 or 4 videos will be us getting the garden area clean and ready. We've been using it as a storage area when we started building the pool and the tennis court. We started storing all of our tractors and implements. We had buckets, just crap. We just had all kinds of stuff we put out there, out of sight, out of mind. And now we realize we've got a lot of cleanup to do. So we had some old flower beds we kind of put in that were cheap or small, and some old irrigation for that. We're just gonna rip it all out and start fresh.
I got Mom her Christmas present. You know, I'm gonna fix it. I found it in the
Oh, that's garbage. That's garbage. Finding stuff in the yard, giving away as presents. So we're going to, the next few videos will be the cleanup. Then it'll be a video of Kim and I kind of doing the layout, showing how we're going to organize all of our flower beds and organize where the trees and plants are going to go. And then we'll have a video on making all of these flower beds and digging the holes, planting the trees, and everything. So it'll be fun. And you know, it's one of those long-term projects for me. I really like doing projects and having some sort of satisfaction at the end, some sort of gratification that I've completed. You know, you mow the lawn and you can see at the end it's clean. Or you put wood chips out to refresh a flower bed. That's done in one day. And it looks good and you can feel proud about that. The garden is week after week of just prep work and building and design. And we can't really show much for it. But I think when the flower beds go in, the raised beds, it'll start looking pretty cool. We'll start getting some idea. I think that'll be fun. But it won't be until the spring when things start to grow that we're really going to start to identify, you know, this is cool. This is, you know, this is a project that we can take some real, you know, gratification from and be proud of. But that will come with time. So we'll be doing intermittent videos as we're getting the garden prepped, and then probably ramp up again in the springtime when we're actually planting and things are starting to grow. But we hope that to be a big part of the channel, our adventures out there and the things we're learning and growing. I think the bees will be fun. Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys are the beekeepers. The beekeepers.
I have one fear, and that's bees.
Dress up like the queen bee, none from Steve.
Yeah.
Well, I think they either protect the queen or they kill the queen, right?
No, so they kill the queen once you can't lay any more babies.
Oh. Okay, we have a lot to learn. We have a lot to learn about bees. But, so wait, that's coming soon. Anyway, this is Thanksgiving week. I hope you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Hope you're able to spend some time with family, friends. Take a little time for yourselves. We have some cousins that came in town last night, so the boys are excited to go spend some time with them. And we're gonna have a great week this week. Yeah, what do you guys think?
Yeah.
No school.
No
school this week.
You can't keep me from thinking about this.
Okay. So anyway, everybody have a great week. Have a great Thanksgiving, and we'll talk to you next time. Say bye.
Bye.